Hey everyone, Derek here. This is episode 7 of my 80-day trip in Japan. I'm starting this episode off in Nagoya, as this is, I guess, phase 1.5? It's not quite phase 2 just yet. What up? Hello. I wasn't in Nagoya for too long. I went to the Pokémon Center, which I showed off in the last episode. Then I went to go check out the Mirai Tower area. I'm a sucker for illuminated structures, so seeing this was really cool. It was a pleasant evening walk. This is the Oasis 21 shopping center. What I didn't know at the time was that you could actually go up on the top there and walk along the perimeter. I totally would have done that had I known, but my stomach got the better of me and I went to go get food instead. And I was too hungry to take any photos or videos of it, but I got myself a nice katsu curry from Koko Ichibanya, my favorite curry chain. The next morning, I headed out to Kanazawa for a day trip. I have to say my ND filter really did me dirty for a lot of my time in Kanazawa. I tried to color correct as best as possible to save the footage, but because it's a variable ND filter, it kept sliding, so there's some unwanted vignetting. I had to slideshow it up for the giant wooden Suzumimon gate in front of Kanazawa Station. It's all good, it happens. Honestly, it's fair to say that filming was secondary to me being in the moment. I walked through the famous Omicho market to check it out. It's a fresh fish market with a bunch of different restaurants you can stop to eat at. I didn't have any intent to really stop here, but I figured I would walk through it since it's on the way to Kanazawa Castle. I thought I might come back here after, but I didn't. When I got to Kanazawa Castle Park, I was pleasantly met with a bunch of sakura trees. Seeing as they bloomed early this year, I wasn't sure where I would be able to catch them, but looks like I made it right on time in Kanazawa. I didn't go into the actual castle ruins, but instead the giant Kenroku-en garden. This was a Wednesday during the day, so I didn't think it would be as busy as it was. However, it's clear that along with the sakura trees, tourism was really blooming around this time as well. This would be a common trend the deeper I got into my trip. It's kind of expected though. But yeah, this park was amazing. The food stalls were all lined up toward the entrance, kind of gave it that festival vibe, and you can circle back here after walking through the entire park. It's a massive park, and there's so many different ways to navigate through it. Kanazawa is famous for their gold leaf, and so one of the famous desserts is soft serve ice cream wrapped in gold leaf. I believe it was around 1,000 yen for a cone. A little over the top, but why not? I don't think I'll ever get the chance to eat this again. It doesn't taste any different than vanilla ice cream, by the way. I also crossed the Asano River to check out the Higashi Chaya district. This is where many geisha walk around, but there are signs everywhere saying not to film in the areas where they are, nor can you take pictures of them. Honestly, I didn't even see a single one. Either way, I love the sense of history in this area, as well as the traditional architecture. And now I understand why Kanazawa sometimes gets called a mini Kyoto. Aside from the obvious cafes and dessert shops, it was hard to tell exactly what was going on in each of the buildings here. Many of these were tea houses, but very discreet. Or maybe I just glossed over the signs because I couldn't read them. Speaking of really cool architecture, even the Kanazawa Pokémon Center had a very unique black and gold aesthetic. It was awesome. Certainly the most unique Pokémon Center so far, and not to mention they had not one, but 2 exclusive Pikachus, so this was a win for sure. Back in Nagoya, I felt like it was important to mention that I went to Yakiniku Lake again, because this place is just too damn good. It's delicious. The next morning, I decided that I should just pack up all my stuff and go home. This trip was starting to take a toll on my body, and I was just getting super frustrated. I have like 50 pounds on my back. This is really pretty area. I'm doing yoga at the park. I should fucking join in. There's a big baseball diamond over there. It's pretty Mississauga-like. It says Mississauga Park, by the way. Mississauga Park. Mississauga. And not just frustrated, I started going crazy apparently. For real though, I went to Mississauga Park in Kariya, which is wild. Kariya is the sister city of Mississauga, where I grew up. In Mississauga, Canada, we have Kariya Park. In Korea, Japan, they have Mississauga Park. So I made an effort to get here before my Shinkansen back to Tokyo, because surprise, surprise, I'm going to another concert. A few actually. There's a few monuments here that were presented by the city of Mississauga, which was really cool to see. Also, sorry once again for my ND filter. I did my best to save the footage. There's a huge maple leaf structure thing, art piece. I'm not sure what it is, but it's really cool. I really want to tell somebody that I'm from Mississauga, just to see how they react, but I don't think anyone really actually gives a shit. Maple leaf. That's pretty neat. There it is in all its glory. It's a nice park. So yes, I'm back in Tokyo for a concert. I was nervous because I had to make changes to my itinerary last minute to accommodate this concert, which meant that I had one less day in Nagoya, and I didn't know until the day of if the concert would be cancelled. The promoters had sent out notices of some possible visa issues. Luckily it all worked out. But last minute changes meant I booked the cheapest hotel I could find in Tokyo for the night, that wasn't a capsule, and that wasn't sold out. So I'm here in Ikebukuro, and well, I'm staying in a Love Hotel tonight because it was the cheapest thing I could get in last minute. Short notice, I guess, is the right way to say it. If you're unaware of what a Love Hotel is, it's a hotel where you can stay for a short period of time, usually 2 or 3 hours. I'm not going to explain any further. You can put 2 and 2 together. You can book this hotel for an overnight stay through booking.com, as I did, because some do operate with the service as well. To be honest, despite my hesitation, it really wasn't that bad. So, washrooms here. Whole bunch of amenities and stuff. Face wash. And here we have a nice shower area and tub. I don't know if this is like a... Yeah, there are jacuzzi jets. I might just chill in here later, because why not? Although I can think of many reasons why not. Yeah. So this is what you get for $100 in Tokyo. I don't want to know how nasty those sheets are, but yeah, it's all good. Not gonna think about it. Just need to. I'm not gonna be even in the room really. Just gonna sleep here and leave, and go to Chiba tomorrow. Get ready for Knotfest. Cool. Fucking bound down, you are the rise of the dead. But we are playing on the other side. We are the ones for this standing. By you, we're playing on the other side. You can close your eyes. Forget what you have said. After I checked in, I booked it to Shibuya to see Born of Osiris with Within Destruction. It was a tiny venue and I could hardly see, but I got to chat with Cameron Loesch, who happens to be a fellow Los Cabos Drumsticks artist, after the show, as well as Joe, their keyboardist. Both really awesome dudes. The next day, I made my way to Chiba for a rest day before 3 concerts in 2 days. Because yes, I'm crazy, but I'll explain later.
Hey, hi, hello. I figure I should kind of check in a little bit, given that I've been in Japan now for 1 month, or very close to 1 month. It'll be April in about less than 12 hours, so yeah, it's been crazy. I've obviously done a shit ton of stuff, but it doesn't feel like I've really done them. It's so weird, but it does feel like I've done them, and I feel it in my legs for sure. I've done a lot. Tomorrow is Knotfest, and Sunday is Knotfest and BABYMETAL, so I gotta figure out how I'm gonna make it for everything without sacrificing too much of Knotfest, and making sure that I get into BABYMETAL just fine. We'll see. It really relies on trains to be running okay and on time.
It's Japan. The trains are like on time 99% of the time. There's a Aeon Mall over there. There's a sushi row over there, which I'm gonna go eat probably very soon because I'm getting hungry. I sort of see the venue from here, which is way over there. Excuse my fingers. Hey, look, there's a train. Yeah, fairly certain that building right there is the venue for Knotfest. Anyways, I did nothing that day except for some grocery shopping and rest for the craziness I had ahead of me, so I'm skipping to the day of the festival. It's worth pointing out that I was actually supposed to go to Kyoto straight from Nagoya instead of coming back to Tokyo for the concerts. However, the way certain concerts work in Japan, especially ones that are likely to sell out, tickets are sold via lottery system. There are usually multiple application windows where you can apply for a ticket. However, the downside for foreigners is that you need a Japanese phone number and access to a kombini. If you don't have this or can't get a friend in Japan to help you, then sometimes the concerts will have a separate window for overseas applications, which usually takes place after the Japanese ones. This is their way of dealing with scalpers and to make it fair for the people that are trying to get a ticket to the show while serving locals first. So that said, I had everything booked, waited for the Knotfest overseas lottery application window, applied, then had to wait for the results period. So you're stuck in this limbo for a few weeks of, am I going to the show? Am I not going to the show? How do I plan this? Well, I won the lottery for Knotfest and then had to change up my original plans. Moral of the story is, have a plan B. This was my plan B and I made it work. Again, no pics of the Japanese bands, but I'll throw the clips of some international bands later. I basically saw the entire lineup for day one. I was eating during In Flames, so I didn't take any videos of them, sorry. Clips incoming, lots of strobes in this one, so heads up, just in case.
I'm not saying that we could do better, but given the chance we try, we the obvious and one soil, fill the trench through the eyes.
The only band I saw from Knotfest Day 2 was Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, one of the top bands I wanted to see. I mentioned earlier that I was also going to see BABYMETAL this day. They had shows planned this exact same weekend in Yokohama and the same application period as Knotfest. So I applied for both, because I thought, well, if I don't win the lottery for one, maybe I'll win the lottery for the other. Well, I won both, so I had to make it work. It meant sacrificing a few Knotfest Day 2 bands, but this was the best show I went to production-wise, and it was my first time seeing BABYMETAL, so I don't even care. It was worth it. No pics or videos of BABYMETAL, but they filmed a music video during the show, so that was cool. Yeah, that'll be all for phase 1.5 of the trip. I wouldn't be back in Tokyo for a couple of weeks. It was off to the Kansai region and Shikoku for phase 2. I appreciate everyone who's been watching the series. Please leave a like or comment as it does really help out, and subscribe to see more. I'll see you in Kyoto for the next one.